to still flush the muscle out, but you're not working the same muscle group. The only problem with that is you've got to wax the skis.
That's a pain.
But if you're Norwegian, you've got someone else to do it for you.
Yes, and certainly in training, and you do see a lot of the athletes doing the classical skiing, they're using the waxless skis just for ease. And obviously when you come to the shooting range, you don't want to be putting blister or wax onto the shooting mats where your normal skate skis go, and they will become slower picking up the blister or the wax. Very even as it was last time for Germany, France and the Ukraine.
Now, you do quite a lot of coaching. How long do you think it would take you to take an absolute beginner to teach them to shoot at anything like this level?
It takes a long time. You can teach them to shoot accurately quite quickly, but then when you start going up to the intensities of the physical, you have to repeat that so many times. The club up in Aviemore, Cairngorm Biathlon Nordic Ski Club, it's certainly looking at the pathway of the young kids there. They are coming good after 5-6 years, and certainly shooting very well within 1 year. So the pathway takes a long time in terms of development. And really it's just now you learn the skills, and then you have to learn coping with the pressures, coping with the out of breath situation at its highest level.
Tora Berger is one of those who always looks a little bigger on the skis than she actually is. Very slight figure, small. It's hard to believe she doesn't have any problem carrying that rifle whatsoever. But she stands strong. She's got a strong posture. But I think her greatest asset is her racing mind and her ability to hurt herself, particularly on the last lap.
And I think that you can train the mind, but to have this in place naturally is the great place to be, a natural hunter. In fact, she loves real hunting. She loves the chase in a race.
So, well over 30 seconds clear after the last shoot. If she hits 4 out of 5, or if she only takes 1, even 2 spare rounds, she's still safe. A little fortunate with the first split round on the right. Central. And again, hit the prone target. Last one goes down, rushing it.
She was running out of air. She tried to get that shot in before her next breath. She's had about 5-6 big breaths now.
And down it goes. She gets better and better as the season goes on. Surely she is going to give Domrashova a run for her money with the title race this year. And the rest are left fighting for 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Germany recovering well. Good performance so far from Andrea Henkel. Alongside them, Russia, Ukraine, France.
Saw VILUKHINA's pulse there. Her pulse rate 190 beats per minute as she's shooting.
You can see Durand Hebert of France just a fraction closer. Great shooting with a pulse of 190 to hit 5 that quickly. That's astonishing stuff from Olga Vilukhina, and keeps her in the running for a top 2 position. Henkel struggling a bit, 1 spare round required. Durand Hebert, that's the 2nd one, and her chance of finishing in runners-up position surely has gone. Guisdon just settling for Poland.
Trembling, you can see the trembling there. She knew the importance of getting that shot.
She needs to be quick.
Well, she's listened to you. She's shooting quick, but with that comes a huge risk. And now it's definitely a penalty. Look, 3 spares left, 4 targets. That's a pity for Poland.
Well, a long and painful shoot for Guisdon, and Poland's chances of finishing in the top 6 much diminished there, because surely someone like Domrashova will be able to clear the targets. A penalty loop for Poland, and after an extra 150 metres, I think they're going to be fairly tired. Norway are away and clear. They're not involved in any sort of scrap whatsoever. Brilliant performance again from Tora Berger. But Mike, hats off to Horn and Fenn, who took legs 1 and 3, the youngsters without the experience. They did exceptionally well today. Good race for runners-up position. The Ukrainian team were always going to be dangerous. In fact, the Semerenko twins made mistakes on the range, and they made life difficult for DZHYMA and PIDHRUSHNA.
Well, they did. I thought they would be shooting a little better than they did, the Semerenkos. But Ukraine, PIDHRUSHNA, has she gone too hard from the range? I think she might have. VILUKHINA, we saw her pushing so hard to catch the group, and it worked. She came in at an incredible intensity and hit the targets. I think she's just going to bide her time.
Now, Team 12, we've hardly mentioned at all. Bulgaria have had a very good... I'm just trying to check whether they've been lapped. It's a possibility, because on course at the moment for Bulgaria is Dimitrova. I'm fairly sure they have been lapped. 12th position, they were in 7 minutes behind. Yes, they've been lapped. The 2-kilometre loop taking around 5.5 minutes.
Is this a great move early on from PIDHRUSHNA? She's tried to create the space. She has achieved that already.
She's still got another climb to go. She's halfway up the first. She's got one more steep, short climb, but you can easily lose 4 or 5 seconds. Tora Berger, she knows she's got victory in the bag, but still she pushes and pushes and pushes. She knows no other way, and it's going to be another step onto the top of the podium for her. Three individual victories already for Tora Berger this year. PIDHRUSHNA having a good season as well. She's lying in 8th position in the World Cup standings, and her best so far was 2nd place in the sprint up in Östersund. That's where she got the majority of her points.
Well, it looks like psychologically PIDHRUSHNA's done the damage. She's completely broken VILUKHINA's spirit to try and chase for this silver medal.
Yeah, and only 500 meters to go. Henkel still believes that a top 3 is possible, but the margin between Russia and Germany is some 13 seconds. That's going to be too hard. Surely she won't pull back a second in each of the 100 meters to go. Celebrations in the Ukrainian camp, and why not? The team that won the youth championships in Turkey a couple of years ago. SOLEMDAL, big smile on her face. What a weekend she's had, not only winning yesterday. She may have missed the podium in the sprint on Friday, but she won the pursuit yesterday, and she's played a major part in Norway winning the relay today. It's not the biggest flag that Tora Berger's ever been given, but a nice long ski into the finish and a comfortable win for Norway. Great shooting again from the Norwegians. They've only missed 3 targets, didn't quite match the men, but brilliant shooting throughout. And when you've got someone as quick and determined as Tora Berger on the anchor leg, well, a win is always a possibility. Today, they made it a reality.
Tora Berger just loving her biathlon, and why not? She's just this season has just started. Couldn't be much better for her. And that's pressure. Although she was handed a 20-30 second lead, often we see biathletes melting because you've so much to lose. Tora Berger just doesn't care. She does her own job the best she can all the time, and it works.
Well, PIDHRUSHNA, an outstanding last leg from her. The 2 Semerenko twins, DZHYMA and PIDHRUSHNA, taking 2nd place and taking the scalp of the Olympic champions, Russia. GLAZYRINA, ZAITSEVA, SHUMILOVA, where it finally went wrong with the Russians. They were so good early on, and then VILUKHINA unable to match Tora Berger. And the Germans, BACHMANN, GÖSSNER, HORCHLER and Henkel.
And take that penalty loop out of the German equation, Patrick, and things would be so different. Certainly a second potential, maybe even the win here, but they missed the target. You pay the price.
Yeah, Miriam GÖSSNER missing in her standing shoot, having shot pretty well in, or was it the prone that she missed? She skied far too hard into that first shoot.
It was the stand that she missed. She just couldn't stabilize for the final shot. Got to be a good feeling for that. This very young, well, 2 of the Norwegian teams, SOLEMDAL and FENNE, very young. FENNE's only 19.
They have a long and good future ahead of them, and as long as Berger is there to guide them, they have plenty more success coming their way. Well, what a weekend of action we've had here in Austria. Again, Hochfilzen producing the goods time and time again. We are heading to Pachuca for the next round of the World Cups. That's always a good venue. Quite difficult technical racing. Again, the wind will play a part, Mike. Will Berger be able to keep this sort of form going?
It's hard to see how she could lose. The spirit and the performance she has right now is wonderful.
Well, the racing is over from Hochfilzen, and there's the result of the final race. The women's 4x6 relay, Norway taking the win, 1 hour 11:45, and that pretty much matches, in fact, 4 minutes slower than last year. Norway won on that occasion as well, 1 hour 7:13, and pretty much the same team. Ringen, of course, is out, and Hilde FENNE coming in. And I think Hilde FENNE could be given the MVP for today, the most valuable player. Great race from her.
And at 19-year-old, I don't think we can big that up enough. To be doing this at 19 is quite outstanding. The ability to win or be part of the winning team at a World Cup in a relay.
Yeah, she made me think of Miriam GÖSSNER the way she skied, but she shot even better than the German. Well, that's the programme for the World Cup. Next week, Pachuca, the host for that. We start on Thursday, the men's sprint. A day off then for the men as the women do the sprint on the Friday. A pursuit and a mass start on the Saturday, Sunday. And the first mass start of the season. Everyone's looking forward to that. Remember, it's the top 30 in the World Cup standings who have the right to start. And valuable points to be gained there.
So much. Tough weekend for the women. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but they get one more day's rest with the men racing on Thursday.
And then it's Christmas, so they get a long break for Christmas. Start early in Oberhof, Antolz, and of course Ruhpolding hosting what is known as the Biathlon Cup rounds of the World Cup traditionally. And the biggest crowds of the year may well be in Ruhpolding, but the noisiest ones will be in Oberhof.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love that venue in Oberhof. The spectators could wrap themselves all around the track.
Well, that's all we got time for today. Thanks for your company throughout the last couple of days. Norway victorious once again today. It's been a fantastic week for them. And, of course, Tora Berger. We'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.